Countdown to race day. It's time for another in our Driver a Day series. And today it's a rookie. And I'm sure he can't wait till next year when he doesn't have to hear that again from somebody like me. Driver of the number 45 Desnuda car from Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing, Louis Foster. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. So I had one of your teammates on yesterday, Takuma Sato, who's won 2 Indy 500s himself. Has he been good for any advice as a longtime veteran of this race?
Yeah, he has, very much so. It's when I first came here for the test, about 3 weeks ago now. He was very fundamental into me learning the circuit and trying to get a feel for it. Obviously, it's a very different circuit to anything I've ever driven on before. And yeah, just watching him drive and seeing his onboard and seeing his data is definitely very helpful for me to learn from that.
Well, okay, so along those lines, how does a heritage track like the Indianapolis Motor Speedway with, this century plus of history compared to some of the other tracks you've been on in your career so far? Like, what are some of the notable differences, would you say?
Well, firstly, obviously, I grew up in England and I've raced English/European tracks most of my career. We're kind of now getting to a halfway point where I spent half my career in America now, actually. But obviously, I grew up in England and with the Formula One circuit kind of stuff. So, firstly, no ovals. That doesn't exist
Yeah.
in Europe. So it definitely was a new experience to me. I think the closest track that I've driven that compares to the Indianapolis 500 is probably Silverstone. That's obviously one of the oldest, if not the oldest, Grand Prix circuit in the world. So that's probably the closest historical thing that I've driven to it. But to be honest with you, nothing really compares to the magnitude of the Indy 500. It's a very different animal. It's a very different beast. It's a lot more dangerous, a lot more high speeds, and a lot more fans as well. So it's going to be an interesting rest of the month, and it's going to be hopefully a good race day.
Well, I'd love to hear that. I'm going to ask you a question similar to something that I asked Takuma Sato yesterday. What's it like having David Letterman as a boss? Have you seen him around much? Is he a goofball or is he a serious racing professional?
To be honest with you, I've only met him once, and it was 2-3 days ago now at the Grand Prix. He's a very busy man. But yeah, he was at the Grand Prix on the weekend when obviously Graham qualified second and I qualified third. And I went over to go speak to Graham about the race start and try and figure out a strategy between us. And I saw David was there. I was like, oh, hello, mate. How are you doing? But he seems like a nice guy. I haven't had too many chats with him, to be honest with you. But I mean, I'm sure what you see on television is what you get with David. He's a very, very calm, easygoing, nice, friendly guy that just you can easily see in a bar and hang out with and have a couple of beers.
Wonderful. Look for number 45 this Sunday, and you'll be looking at Louis Foster, and it'll be his first Indy 500. Sir, all the best to you. Thanks for your time.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.